This is The Happiness Blueprint,
the podcast where we uncover how people build happier lives.
Welcome, friends. My name is Peter. I'm here with The Happiness Blueprint. I'm here with Lex and Caidance, also from UNE. Thank you all for joining us here. So I want to start by understanding what you all do on campus here. So I understand there's a bunch of events. I understand you're part of APB here, so you're probably helping plan events. What are some of the events you planned? What's kind of your role in planning them here?
Yeah, so I am the bingo director. So
Beautiful.
We have 3 to 5 bingos a semester, and I'll sort of help plan those, find the prizes, find the themes, stuff like that.
Awesome.
And this year I am the special events director, which means I do Fall Fest, winter lighting, and semi-formal.
Beautiful. I like that everything is like compartmentalized here. Do you all also collaborate, or just these barely independent projects so far?
Yeah, we definitely collaborate.
Yeah, I was going to say, I definitely talk to a director and like other people get their inputs. I think that it's really important to get other people's inputs, so.
That is the only way to make these things work here, right? Where it's good to have our department so there's someone in charge. You need kind of a final say on things. But these things can't happen with just our own independent motivation. It's not quite enough here. How do you guys kind of make these events happen? So we'll start with bingo night here.
Yeah,
I assume, there's some part here of we should have a bingo night. There's a lot between we should have a bingo night and it's 7 p.m. when people are showing up for bingo night. What does that process kind of look like?
So first of all, we usually pick a theme once the date's picked. And then we got to set up some prizes and baskets. And a lot of the time we'll have mini games between some of the rounds to keep engagement with our crowd. And those mini games will usually come from tickets that are found on the back of people's boards. So we're handing them out as they're walking in. So it's sort of random and it really keeps the hype up.
That's so much fun. What are some of the recent themes you guys have had?
Ooh, we have Squishmallow Bingo that we're missing. Yeah.
We're missing. That's too bad. That is a good one. Yes. Yeah. Very cool. That is exciting.
How that's going to look.
I know last year I did one. It was wrapping up the semester. Everything was wrapped except for they got like a little blurb, like a hint to a theme, like, there was a study basket. So it like said something, along the lines of, what was going to be in there, but like not telling you what's in there. But,
It's great to be able to cater to so many different audiences of students. I think is the other challenge that we run into oftentimes with events here. It's easy to just plan events for a certain student, a certain club, a certain demographic of students. It's hard to find things that are universal and to continue having things that are universal. The bingo and the themes feel like a really great way to target everyone on campus, make sure that everyone can feel included here and really like build the community on campus.
Absolutely. And an upcoming event that we also have is Club Bingo. And Club Bingo it's going to incorporate about 12 different clubs that we had take interest in this. So they're going to pick out some prizes that like sort of revolve around the themes of their clubs. And it's a collaboration effort. So we're really like engaging in our community and being able to bring everybody together with just bingo.
Beautiful. Bringing people together is also the goal of Caidance. I know you mentioned that bingo is one avenue, a way we do this. You mentioned some other events we do this. How are you kind of working to bring students together and make sure that people are included and welcomed on campus here?
So I actually just did Fall Fest, and this was the first year that that I know of that we included different clubs to be able to work behind the tables. I provided everything. So they did everything at no cost. They were literally just there, promote their own clubs while also helping us with staffing, because that's also like a huge thing. We need help with staffing, getting those clubs involved, and getting people to see those clubs and with those people is just huge. And even then you're just getting those peer-to-peer interactions, which you're not getting when you're on your phone. So it's something to get people out of their shells and just really build community.
I think you went exactly where my brain was going as well. The community is really the key part of this. It's so easy to just feel locked in your dorm. And of course, campuses are for study. We do want to make sure people get their degrees. We want to make sure that their major is nourished and supported and they're getting their credits and getting great jobs afterwards. If all we do is study on campus, it's going to be kind of a dreary experience. We have to make sure that it's a living community that we're happy to be a part of. I think that's the key to a lot of these events here, is for the bingo nights, for the Fall Fest, is making sure that people appreciate UNE as a place that they can have fun and be included. And it's not just an academic stress place for their finals and midterms and they go home stressed. Do you kind of feel like this helps bolster the community, help make UNE feel like a home rather than just a space?
Yeah, absolutely. For me, one thing that really sets bingo apart from a lot of other things is that bingo is basically pure chance. So anybody can win regardless of how your grades are, how stressed you are, how much drama there is with your roommates and friends. It's such a brain relaxer to just be okay, I'm sitting down at the bingo board. I might win.
Yep.
That's a cool prize. I want to win that. And it's an awesome thing to see. in people.
Yes, I would argue that I don't think I've ever won bingo, so I feel like there must be some skill involved that I am lacking here. Yeah. But in theory, it should be, it's pretty universal. And if I could plan, I guess maybe I'll have to come to some more bingo nights here. But it is beautiful to have these like universal things that everyone can be a part of here. I think it's such an important part of college, right? It is a stressful place. We are away from home, especially for first year students who haven't quite made the new friends and made the new connections here. It's such an important way to make it a livable and like a happy place for people. I think the happiness is really the goal here, right? We want to make sure people leave these events with some kind of like butterfly effect that ripples out and makes the entire semester better for them. Do you feel like you see that when you're at events? Like, how do you know people are having a good time when you're looking out at the bingo night at Fall Fest? Like, how do you know people are having fun? How do you know that this event is going well? What do you see that like communicates that to you? Yes.
I think like just going off of Fall Fest again because it just happened.
Yes.
I think that seeing everyone happy and like laughing with their friends is like, it's so huge to me. And like just knowing that people are having a good time, even though like, I mean, it was stressful for me as well as everyone else that worked it. But like seeing everyone so happy in the moment just like kind of like makes me happy. So it like calms me down a little bit. But like just like, yeah, just getting everyone in the community all together doing like arts and crafts, or like we had a mechanical pumpkin, we had bumper inflatable cars, just like seeing everyone like laugh together. It was just like it was so great.
Yeah. Something that I agree with is sort of just like when people are at a bingo specifically and they win or one of their friends win, there's always such a bolster of just like energy from like an entire friend group, or like we see the sports teams, all of them go crazy, and then they'll be picking out the basket like, oh, I got this and this and this and this, and they're showing their friends and they're like sharing some of the gifts, and it's like it's just community.
Yep.
It's incredible.
This episode of the Happiness Blueprint podcast is brought to you by VibeArcs. Goals, budgets, and KPIs can tell you what happened, but they don't tell you how people felt while doing the work. Happiness is the most important metric of all, and it needs a system. VibeArcs is that system for prioritizing your mental health and tracking emotional metrics for individuals, teams, and even projects. Users submit a weekly 2-minute check-in online or in the app for metrics like happiness, stress, and utilization. Then, VibeArcs processes that data into quantified metrics that help spot patterns, celebrate wins, and encourage support where needed. Personally, I loved using VibeArcs with my team at GBM6. It felt like such a great way to check in with myself and make sure I'm hitting both my professional and my personal goals. I especially love that it asks me for 3 things that I'm happy about every week. During busy season, I find that things can feel a little chaotic and stressful, so this has felt like a really great tool to reframe my focus and make sure I'm aware of how many great things are happening around me, even in the most stressful moments. VibeArcs is free forever for individuals, .edu teams, and .org teams. All other organizations can start with a 60-day free trial and then pay just $5 per user per month to build a healthier, happier, and more engaged workplace. Check out the link in our description to get started on your own journey towards a happier personal and professional life. Thank you to VibeArcs for sponsoring today's episode. All right, back to the show. It's incredible. I think it's also important that, like you mentioned, that Caidance, that these events make you happy as well. Yeah. One thing with GU6 that we talked about was like, we're kind of build our own oasis. Like, are we build these events to make people happy? But the process of making the events makes us happy. It's kind of this beautiful symbiotic relationship here. Is that kind of true for y'all as well? That putting on the bingo nights, putting on Fall Fest, putting on all these things we're a part of, like, is your own happy place and also fulfills you personally here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that like just making other people happy is something that just like truly makes me happy. And I think making these things can also be a way to like de-stress from college life. Like some of these events, I'm like, okay, well, let's just take a break from school. Let's just like plan something fun that I know everyone or most everyone is going to enjoy. And then like getting to live in those moments where it's like, oh my gosh, I created this, like, and everyone is just having so much fun. It just like, you know, settles my heart.
It's so empowering to see this thing that you materialize and see everyone enjoying and really see everyone like just appreciating and soaking, like you're right, giving them just a minute of breathing room, right? We don't know all the challenges people are facing, and unfortunately there's plenty of challenges to be faced in this world. I don't know, that was a bad transition because it takes us to heavy transitions or heavy issues. But I'm wondering what are some of the issues that make these events hard for you guys to put on campus here. So with Bingo, with Fall Fest, like what were some of the challenges in putting them together? Is it attendance? Is it finding a space for them? Is it getting the word out about them? Like what are some of the common challenges you guys face in putting on these events?
Staffing the events, and the cleanup and the setup have been somewhat difficult just because like we'll have these big extravagant events and then we'll have the same like 4 to 5 people like cleaning up everything and setting up everything and just being exhausted at the end of the night because there's not a lot of like help in some regards.
Yeah, and adding on to that, I think like finding the space for the event, like we have to fight with athletics and like admissions and like so many different things go into like fully putting on the event. And then like there's budgets, there's contracting. You have to make sure you get your contracts in time. And I know like we don't do a lot of the contracting, but like we have to make sure that we are putting in, oh, we want this, and then so you need to do this contract, and like just making sure everything is done in a timely manner and like everything is set to go like a week in advance, because like making sure everything is ready is like the highest thing. Like you want everything to be ready before your event, or else it's gonna go to pieces. Like it's just gonna fall down.
Yep. I'm a big planner, and I've had to accept it. Like the plan never happens the way I think it will, but I need a plan so that when something does deviate from this, we have a foundation built and we have time to figure out how do we solve this issue, because everything else is already figured out here. What are some of the challenges you guys, or how you guys fix some of these challenges? So it sounds like staffing, it sounds like the planning and time management kind of side of this are the two biggest challenges here. How have you fixed this? What would you recommend to other people who are facing similar challenges here?
Find some incentive for like people to like come help staff, or like, hey, we'll give you like merch if you do this, or like if you come, like it counts towards like active membership, stuff like that, where like they sort of also get something, but also reinforcing the idea that like everything is for community. It's for this purpose of like you're serving not only yourself to participate in like maybe a bingo or an event, but you're serving your community to bring that oasis, like you were saying, like to bring a happy space to community, to bring to UNE.
It's so tough because once they feel the gratitude, they'll be so happy they did volunteer for the event. Yeah. But you can't communicate this intangible feeling to them before the event. And you could go, listen, if you knew how you're going to feel afterward, you would happily sign up for this. But it's really hard to make someone appreciate that and feel that from the outside here. Caidance, what are some strategies you use to navigate some of these challenges?
Like I said, I invited clubs to do Fall Fest. I think that's a great way to both include them and get their club organizations out there, one also having them help with staffing. But I think also I look to all my other members, like Lex, like Lily, like Sarah, like other Sarah, like like Anna. I look to all of them for help. I look to Dom to see if there's any way like they can help me, any type of advice they have for me. If I'm ever feeling like the stress, I know I have people to lean on, and I think that's so important. Like you want to make sure you have that foundation where you can lean, so you're not feeling like, oh, like if something's going bad, everything's going to go bad, and like this is going to be like a total disaster. I know that that's not going to happen because I have people who are there to help.
It's shocking how impactful asking for help is. It is one of those silly things that, like, even to this day, I still have trouble with. And it's like, you'd think we're 4 years old when we realize, oh, we can't open the fridge. We need help to open the fridge. Like, you'd think we would carry that lesson with us. And we don't. We get stuck in these ruts and we get too proud to ask for help. We get whatever. There's so many things that can come in the way, our own egos, our own desire to do this event ourselves. I know for me, I'm very hard-headed in that sense. Like, I want to do it myself. I need to do it myself. Turns out if I let other people help me, these things can go a lot better here. I think that's a beautiful lesson, a beautiful takeaway for us. And you're right, it all does come back at asking for help to build the community, which is what the whole event's about. Like, you're not undermining it, you are empowering the event further here. As we wrap up here, one thing we like to chat about here is that our entire mission as a company is about making people happy. We make so many people happy with events. I also like to know we're so much more than our events. We're so much more than just board members, so much more than just event producers. What's something that makes each of you happy outside of it? So it could be a hobby, it could be an activity, a card game. I'm always fascinated by all the different niches that people are in, and I'm always, shocked by the width of niches that people are in. What is one thing that makes you happy outside of this?
I have a few things. I love hanging out with my sister specifically, but also my siblings because, I don't have favorites, but like kind of favorite. Any family, I'm like a huge family person. Friends, I love hanging out with friends. But I think my like calming and relaxing place would be on the rocks on our like beach area. I think just like getting away and like sitting on the rock at nighttime, stars, hearing the water like go against the rocks. I think that's like very calming for me, and it's like helped me like kind of escape when I need to.
That
makes me happy.
I'm already happy hearing that description. I'm already kind of on the rock sitting in that, appreciating it. So yeah, that's like a beautiful place. Yeah, Lex, for you, what makes you happy?
Mine is still related to school because I'm a philosophy minor. I love thinking.
Awesome.
I love thinking about the way that I impact the world, the way the world impacts me, how I can impact my friends, like just the way that things are. Why are they the way they are? Why do we think about things a certain way? What's the stigma behind it? I love just interpreting and thinking about different information and different things that I can do to maybe help others change their perspective or to help them like see a different side of things that they may have never thought of before. I love philosophy.
It's a beautiful foundation for putting on events, right? It's this empathy of trying to figure out not just what event, what I love, but what is the event other people would love when they walk through the door? What are they challenging with? What are they struggling with on their way in? Beautiful. Thank y'all for joining us here. We did it. I guess we maybe should promote the Instagram, maybe follow APB if people are interested. I'm not quite sure we're still figuring out how to outro these and get out of them. But awesome. Thank y'all for your time. Appreciate you joining us. Beautiful. We did it. I'll see y'all very soon.
Thanks for listening to The Happiness Blueprint.
Powered by GBM6. It's about making people happy.